And then at 8, there's Odell Beckham Jr. Moving up 2. Last year he was 10. This year he's now 8. After last season, are you surprised at all that players are still giving him that much credit after knowing all the things he's been through, and that the talk about him has been you can get to him emotionally, you can get to him physically, you can take him out of his game, yet no one denies his talent and his impact as a player?
Well, you might be able to take him out of his game for a game or two, but the entire body of work over his first 3 years is nothing short of historic. I mean, he's doing things that we haven't seen done at the wide receiver position this early in a player's career. And so I don't think you can deny his production. You can't deny his impact on winning and potentially helping this team to compete for a Super Bowl moving forward. Everybody would agree that the pieces are in place for the Giants by and large. I think you can point to the deficiencies along the offensive line, but by and large, the pieces are in place for this team to compete for a Super Bowl. But you want to make sure that number 13 is happy. And when you start hearing grumblings about wanting a contract extension and his agent bringing up the fact that Nike is paying him now more than the Giants are paying him, all of those different things, recognizing him as an icon in American sports and in American culture, I think you have to have the pay scale match the status of this player. And I think that's where his agent, his representation is kind of taking over right now and saying, okay, the Giants need to do the right thing by Odell sooner rather than later.
He could be a player that continues to climb here as well. Now, what's also interesting is on this list of the top 100 players, it's on NFL.com. It's basically players are the ones who voted on this. So this is by the peers in the NFL. Eli Manning not on the list.
Wow.
Not on the list. So not top. So the Giants, first of all, no Jets on the list. Are we surprised? Not even a little bit.
Not surprised. Not even a little bit.
But there were other Giants on this list. Landon Collins at 28, Janoris Jenkins at 54, and Snacks Harrison at 96.
Okay.
So you have 4 players on the Giants in the top 100, but no Eli Manning. Does that shock you?
I think that's a little low for Landon Collins, though. I think that's a little low. This is somebody that
28?
was in consideration for Defensive Player of the Year. I mean, when you look at what he did and his impact on winning, again, they had the second-best scoring defense in the National Football League. I mean, you got to consider putting him closer to the top of that list.
You want him you want him top 20?
I want him top 20, maybe even top 15. I mean, just in terms of what he's able to do, how he impacts the game on all 3
Berry
levels.
is 13.
Yeah. I'd put him around that status.
Okay.
I'd put him around that status. He's there. He's that good of a football player.
Okay. All right. Well, he's again, like I said, the other defensive player, another secondary is Patrick Peterson at 19.
Yeah.
So you're saying Landon Collins should be in that category,
he
up in that
group. He should be in
group.
that category with that group. Now, keep in mind, Eric Berry signed a contract extension this offseason that cost the Chiefs, I think, around $13 million a year. So, I mean, that's another contract that the Giants are going to have to deal with at some point over the course of the next 2 years. That's why, to me, it just makes more sense to pay Odell Beckham Jr. money now as opposed to later because it's going to be cheaper